So today I talked about some key insights that I've come to really understand much better from the writing of the book, Bricks Matter. And Bricks Matter is going to come out in December, and there are a couple of things that really resonated for me as I looked back at supply chain management for 30 years. Number one, I think we've believed that we can build really great supply chain processes by starting with process. And I think that from my study, what has happened is many times people have put in projects or processes without clear understanding of strategy. And so as we think about business strategy, there's a need for a layer of supply chain strategy. And we really need to start with the definition of the relationships, both for the channel and the supplier relationships, to build market-to-market processes. And I think then we can then look at the next step, which is how do we build a holistic organization. One of the things I found in the study is that we have built supply chain organizations, and of course now we're 30 years into it, and it's great that we've done that, but unfortunately we've built them too limited. The organization is looking at source, make, deliver, but not really looking at the end-to-end supply chain. And so I think our challenge is who is really chartered with thinking about the end-to-end processes, and how does that tie to the larger objectives of the company of working capital and channel strategies and corporate social responsibility, and how do we really power that into brand identity? And you know, many times people will say, well, I want to build an end-to-end supply chain, and when I start the discussion they'll say, but our supply chain organization doesn't really have the ability to go affect that. And so I find the irony of the supply chain organization got us here, but the door's not swinging both ways for it to build the end-to-end value chain. And the third thing I talked about is the evolution of new technologies. And I think that one of the things that we've got to do as we look at new forms of data, new forms of analytics, is we've got to look at our architectures very differently. The architectures that got us here won't take us into the future. So in the book I write about the fact that ERP was great to improve revenue per employee and reduce sales SG&A expense, but we don't find that it has the ability to really build outside-in processes with new forms of data and help power digital marketing to the digital business. And so as we think about listening posts and we think about how we use unstructured data and how we use big data, we can't just assume that we can use the more traditional forms of technology of ERP and APS. We've really got to paint outside the lines and go outside in to be able to listen to our shopper, power new market strategies, and really do that end to end. And that's one of the things that I find really exciting. Today I shared financial data, and I'm looking at 25 years of supply chain financial metrics around building the supply chain effective frontier and how people can build talent. And I'd be glad to talk to people more about that because I find it very exciting. Thank you.